Okay, in the previous class, you've seen how to compute various distribution. You've seen the mean, standard deviation, and histogram. We'll get to dig more as time demands. We've now loaded the data. We've loaded our data. We've learned also how to load other data from the R. But now, how can we run a regression? This relationship between the dependent variable and the independent variable. So this is what we have. But first thing first, we have to clear the environment and anything. So if we run that one, it's not clearing. Let's see, Control Enter. Yeah, we've been able to clear the environment. Sorry, I thought I was to clear the one here below. Yeah. So, and we also need to ensure that you've been able to attach that data. Can you not forget to attach data, because if you don't, you're not able to do that data. So you've attached that data. That data has various variable. We can see them here, the wage, that's a monthly earnings, seen either black or either mother education and so forth. So how do we run a regression? We learned how to store. So let's put our note here and see running a regression. We need to store that, and we would want to call it what? Let's call it Y. And we learn how to create a variable. We put this LM in parentheses, and we would pick our wage as the dependent variable. We regress it. We need to put this sign. It's on just on your keyboard to the left down the escape. There's use shift. It's able to appear. It's a funny symbol. It's on your top left down the key for escape. You run that symbol. I don't know what's in. And we would want now to pick a different thing, and maybe want to regress the relationship between experience in year what? It's experience. You can just look at it here down as it says expire. We can like copying. So I can copy and come and paste it here. Then we add a plus. Education, maybe you can look at Duke. And also maybe what? Maybe education. And maybe let's look in terms of maybe hours worked. So plus hours. Remember, when you create a variable, you have to call it, because if you don't call it, it's not able. Let's learn that one and see what happened. And you've been able to see, let's see, extend. You've seen the coefficient, experience, Duke, and yeah. So, so what if now we want to run wage, education, and also tenor? So one thing that we also need to understand, we need to get a summary. I forgot that one of summary of what you've just created. Ignore this one. It's not. Ignore this one. It's not irrelevant. Let's get a summary of what you've just run, and we've been able to see this full regression. For those who are coming from a statistics class, you understand that the variable, experience, education, and hours, these are independent. And this is now the T values, the P. We see the education and experience as statistically significant. And so we can also able to see the model. The model does not fit. It has an R square and adjusted R square of 0.1. It's very low. But a p-value of 2.5 is to say it's statistically significant. So with that, we can still manipulate more and maybe look at what if we just put tenor. It's one of the variable. You just have to run. You get whatever you get, then you call for summary. And when you do the summary, you've been able to see now what you can see from the cursor down, the tenor, the estimate. We see the coefficient. We see the standard error, the t-values, and also the p-values. And we've seen that almost the three are statistically significant at 5%, 1%, 3%. It all depend. During our previous class, we're learning to the importance of this, to call it stars or the statics, the 2, 3, and so forth, and 1. What does it mean? So for now, let's understand how to run a regression. Until the next class, to me, that's a bye-bye. Let's meet in the next class and continue to exploit more on R.